Tonight's special report takes us across the ocean to one of the world's most powerful nations, the United States of America. Known for its innovation, its technology, and its ability to deliver packages overnight to any doorstep, unless, of course, that package contains affordable health care. You see, in the United States, access to health insurance is not automatic. It's not guaranteed, and it's definitely not easy. It's a seasonal, high-stakes game with life or death consequences, and it's called open enrollment. To explain how this annual gauntlet works and what happens when you step just slightly outside of the rules, we turn now to our field correspondent reporting from just outside the Nomadistan Office of Foreign Health Systems. What we've learned is this: in the United States, getting health insurance is not about need, it's about timing. Each year, there's a brief window, usually just a few weeks long, when citizens can apply for health insurance through a government-run marketplace. And that's it. If you miss the window, you're out. Unless you've had a major life-altering event like a marriage, a baby, or an IRS-approved tragedy, you get to wait another year. Think about that. Healthcare, something that can mean life or death, is only available once a year, like a Black Friday sale. And for people who live outside of the system's assumptions, retirees, travelers, gig workers, nomads, this can be catastrophic. We studied one case in detail, a Nomadistani citizen living abroad. His name is Rick. Rick did everything right. He signed up through the government portal, qualified for a low-cost plan, paid his adjusted monthly premium, which was a lifeline considering he lives on a fixed Social Security income, and then one day, the insurance provider's website stopped charging his card. No notice, no alert, no call. Months went by. Rick had no idea. Why would he? He hadn't changed anything. He assumed, like any reasonable person, that his insurance still existed. It didn't. He found out the hard way, sitting in a doctor's office and being told, you're not covered. Now, at that point, you'd expect a fix, a phone call, a reactivation, some kind of apology, but no. Rick was told that he would have to wait until the next open enrollment period, 10 months away, or pay $1,000 a month out of pocket. That's half of his entire income for coverage that he thought he already had. And here's where the story gets darker. Rick wasn't denied coverage because he lied or cheated or failed to apply. He was denied because a company's billing software glitched and no one noticed. The system failed, and the punishment? No insurance for the rest of the year. Imagine if your fire insurance canceled itself without telling you, mid-blaze. Now, this isn't an isolated story. It's a design flaw, or perhaps more honestly, a design strategy. Because in the United States, insurance companies profit when you don't use your insurance. They profit when you don't file claims. They profit when people like Rick fall through the cracks. And the government? It doesn't intervene, it just manages the limited calendar of access. And that's the quiet violence of it all. The system doesn't explode, it erodes. It doesn't deny you care directly, it just makes it so hard to access, so easy to lose, and so confusing to restore that you just give up. Or worse, you don't even know you've lost it until it's too late. And that's the tragedy. Rick is still alive, but what if he wasn't? What if the next person isn't? What if the next moment of care denied becomes a life ended? The Nomadistan Ministry of Wellness has reviewed this case very carefully, and while they respect the United States sovereignty and its values, they also believe a society is judged not by how it treats its healthy, but how it protects its vulnerable. So they've made a few early policy proposals based on this study. All citizens will receive care when they need it, not when it's convenient for administrators. Coverage cannot be lost due to internal system failures, and medical health access will no longer depend on whether you checked the right box on a form 3 months ago. Most importantly, no one will be told to wait 10 months for the next time they're allowed not to die. The United States has brilliant doctors, world-class hospitals, and the technology to reach Mars, but somehow it cannot build a system that lets people keep their health care. It's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of will, or perhaps an attempt to model life-affirming care after a Squid Game-like reality show where only one citizen can expect to live. Maybe. To our viewers in Nomadistan, your life should never be a line item in someone else's profit forecast. We'll continue to study and reject these ridiculous foreign policies in hopes of building something better here at home. From the Nomadistan News Network, I am Mirov. Stay well, stay covered, and if you're watching from America, set a reminder for open enrollment, just in case. Hi, I'm Rick, the creator of Nomadistan, a People's News, and this entire story was based off of, well, a true story, my story. It's not a happy story. Okay, obviously the entire subject matter is American healthcare. All through 2024, I did not have insurance because I could not afford insurance. Now, I had been on Social Security for 2 years, my entire income, $2,600 a month. $1,000 of which went in alimony to my ex-wife. They still said, you don't qualify for any type of assistance. Go pay $1,200 a month for insurance. I didn't have it. I chose not to be covered. Enter 2025, and I went back out to the healthcare.gov site. And lo and behold, all of a sudden, magically, yea, verily, I was allowed to have, well, cheaper insurance. It was like $16 a month. Hey, it wasn't the best insurance. It was kind of that catastrophic, okay, maybe you won't go bankrupt if something bad happens insurance. So I picked it, and I paid my premium. I set up all the auto pay. I did all the little checks and boxes I was supposed to do. Went off my little merry way. Never gave it a second thought. Probably should have. Oh, skip to about a month ago, and well, my eyesight was having some issues, like as in I couldn't see. So I went to an ophthalmologist who checked me out, and as he was doing that, I was notified by the front desk that, well, I didn't have insurance. What said I? Of course I had insurance. I just didn't know if they covered eyesight or not. Well, it didn't really matter because they said they canceled my policy. Went back and forward. There was nothing I could really do in the office. So I just kind of paid cash. It wasn't all that much, fortunately, a couple $100. And then when I got back, I started in on healthcare.gov, started in on their insurance company, trying to find out what the hell had happened. And I got to be less than I'm all pissed off about this. Their website glitched or something. It didn't auto deduct my $16 a month. Okay, fine. They also didn't contact me, didn't send me any emails, no phone calls, no, hey, you're going to make a premium. They just decided not to take the money out of my credit card. I put things on credit cards so they auto pay, so I don't have to deal with it. Anyway, so I just said, well, just here's my credit card. Let's just restart it. Oh, no. Once we cancel, you have to go back to healthcare.gov and reapply. There, reapplied, and nope, I no longer qualified. There was no special circumstances that happened in my life within the past 6 months that would justify them, oh, I don't know, helping a brother out. No, I was on my own again. $1,200 a month for health insurance because the United States government, in its infinite wisdom, only allows you to do this enrollment once a year. I guess it makes it easy for them. They don't have to work the other 11 months. That's why I don't have health insurance right now. And I got to tell you, I'm pretty pissed off about it, to be truthful. It's not that American healthcare and the insurance and pharma and everything like that is, well, worth it. It's not. Even if you have insurance, you're going to go broke should something happen because your health and my health are commodities. But the very fact that, okay, you came up with this website that's supposed to help people in need out. The government says, if you qualify, we will be glad to chip in a little bit to negotiate lower prices from the exorbitant, we're going to screw you in anyway, but they won't do it. But once a year. It makes absolutely no sense to me. It's even stupider than why you have your insurance tied to your workplace. My health is not part of my work. I don't work, so I don't get health insurance. The government says, yeah, well, whatever. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble. It ticks me off because we have been in so many other countries, lived in so many other countries where healthcare is health care. They just take care of you. It's affordable. I don't begrudge doctors and hospitals and all of those people making money. It takes a lot of education to do what they do. I get it. I'm not looking for free handouts. But healthcare is a right. I have a right to be alive, to be healthy. And you know who doesn't have a right? Corporations, who go, oh, let's just monetize the futures market on people like Rick Higgins and see how much money we, oh, wait a minute. Shareholder value is not maximized. Let's go deny some folks. So yep, that is why this video came to be. And so when I was writing the article that drove the script and the video, whoa, there's a hole right there. I didn't quite know how to phrase it. You know, I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this story? How am I going to tell this tale? How am I going to make it interesting, funny, and satirical? And the only thing I kept thinking was, I'm in the Hunger Games. You know, this is, everybody has to go into an arena and only one person can come out with healthcare. And then I kind of thought, oh man, that's pretty 20 years ago. Is anybody going to get the reference? And I thought, oh, well, Squid Games is basically Hunger Games for a new generation. And that's kind of the way it feels. One person's going to win the lottery. They're going to get to have health. They're going to get to have insurance. The other 499 of us, we're going to die. So that's how I wrote the article. It's down below if you want to read it. It's similar to the video, but a lot more fun and satirical. Anyway, thank you for supporting the Nomadistan People's News and all we do here. If you have ideas for future articles, videos, shorts, or pretty much anything, just let me know. Throw it in the comments. If you've had a lovely experience with the American healthcare system, I'd love to hear about that one as well. Misery loves company. Thanks for watching.